Hey guys, this is probably the best game I ever had, ever. This one has all the difficulties you'll usually find in a hard game. As you saw from the intro, the enemies are quite good. They invaded my buff first. We had someone who was lagging and later went AFK. My team was being quite toxic and wanted to surrender. And also I'm playing solo, while the enemies were probably a trio. Even after all these obstacles, a miracle happened. I would highly suggest you to watch till the end, because it is probably the most amazing game I've ever had, while using my most played hero of all time, Cyclops. As you probably already know, Cyclops received a huge buff in the latest patch. Now his second and first skill deal way more damage, which means he can sustain a lot more. These are my builds and emblem setup.
Welcome to Mobile Legends!
Our plan was to take the buff first, since we have Selena. But I had a feeling they will try to invade our buff with their team composition.
Troops deployed!
Here you can see that I was about to ask Badan to help us first since he got retribution, but I hesitated. So what I was afraid of came true. They indeed came to invade our buff. Now Selena's plan is to try to take their buff instead, but looking at the situation, it was too risky and almost impossible to achieve that.
Yes, Cyclops, he's an astronomer.
Initiate retreat!
Never seen someone handsome with one eye.
First blood!
A terrible start for us. The enemy got everything that they wanted. Hilo started his toxicity already.
Never seen
Well,
someone
an
handsome
enemy
with
has
one
been
eye.
slain. Well played!
It seems that they changed their mind once they saw us heading towards their buff instead. They probably thought that killing us has way more value than a single buff, which is probably the play that gives them the most advantage.
Launch attack!
Always take the long route, so the enemy don't see you approaching. Use the bush to your advantage.
Planetary interaction.
You have slain an enemy!
Never seen someone handsome with one eye.
I usually use my ultimate to harass the enemy, because I can easily reduce his cooldown thanks to Cyclops' passive.
Where there is life, there is movement. Hey, I'm here.
I saw that the enemies were heading towards the bottom lane. I am pinging them to retreat. Unfortunately, they didn't pay attention to the map.
Initiate retreat! An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Never seen someone handsome with one eye.
Turtle resurrecting soon.
Cyclops, he's an astronomer.
Launch attack!
Give me magic.
Ally has been slain. Well played!
Where is
Ally has been slain. You have slain an enemy!
That gang went extremely poorly, but it's all according to plan. Now the game is a lot more entertaining, right?
Launch attack!
Hey, I'm here, big guy.
You have slain an enemy!
Planetary movement. Give me
played. Enemy rampage.
Never seen someone handsome with one eye.
Shut down. Double kill. Shut down. Triple kill.
We were able to reduce the gap between us a little bit. We gained some momentum, but that won't last for too long. Remember, always try to be one step ahead of your adversary. Just looking at the map, a lot of times you can tell where the enemies are going to go next.
Destroyed. Your team destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain.
Our tank is only charging straight forward, allowing Valor and Granger to continuously and successfully land their first kill.
Ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Enemy double kill.
Never seen someone handsome with one eye.
Shut down.
You can see that the game is going to be pretty much back and forth.
Reputation determines planetary interaction. Are my eyes.
Request backup.
Where is life? Facebook.
So Selena was lagging throughout the whole game, and she has to go AFK. I guess she probably went to reset her internet or the game.
Our turret has been destroyed.
Since I didn't see Yushan farming in the bottom lane, there was a high chance that he will come to the middle lane.
Soon. Monster kill.
Even though I keep killing the enemies, we still don't have the advantage, because they are also killing our out of position teammates as well.
Planetary movement.
Our turret is under attack.
I tried to harass them with my ultimate, but Hylos thought that was the signal to go and thought we could fight them in a 2v4 situation.
Initiate retreat. Ally has been slain.
And now Rabadan also thought a 2v4 was a good idea.
Initiate retreat. Ally has been.
And now it's Balmon's turn.
Enemy double kill.
I saw some comments that some of you get stressed out when you see this happening. But don't worry, I promise a miracle is going to happen in this game. Just relax and enjoy the video. I tried to ult Granger, but he got covered by the bush.
An ally has been slain. Well played.
Planetary movement. Give me my.
Our turret is under attack. An ally has been slain. Our turret has been destroyed. Our turret is under attack.
He's an astronomer.
Sorry.
Hey, I'm here, big guy.
Shut down. Well played. Godlike.
I gotta admit, I was a little bit tilted at this point. I know that we definitely have a very good shot at winning this game, but my team just seemed to have given up already, so I had to give them an inspirational speech to motivate them.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Attack the Lord.
Never seen someone handsome.
Killing spree. Enemy has been slain. Shut down. Double kill. Shut down.
Now is a very good chance to take the Lord, but unfortunately, Badan is not helping, so it wasn't a good idea to take the Lord anymore.
Where is life? There is movement.
Well played. Request backup.
Where is life? There is movement.
Initiate retreat. You destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain. You have slain an enemy. Initiate retreat. Your team destroyed a turret.
Never seen someone
Ally has been slain. You have slain an enemy. Ally has been slain. Double kill. Enemy double kill. Triple kill. Maniac. Well played. Well played. Well played. Well played. Your team destroyed a turret. Request backup. Well played. Godlike. Request backup. An ally has slain Lord. An enemy has been slain. Launch attack.
Where there's life, there is movement. Don't run.
Initiate retreat.
Universal gravitation.
Well played. Legendary. Ally has been slain. Double kill. Well played. Your team destroyed the turret. Maniac. Ally has been slain. Savage. Well played.
Remember, never give up and surrender. If your teammates are doing terrible, don't engage in a toxic conversation. As long as you manage to hold on until the late game, there is a very high chance of making a comeback. I hope you found this video entertaining. If you did, consider liking and subscribing. Thanks.